This is a recording of the statement of will of Charlie HOUODUT. Word count at 926 words. On this date, the 6th of April, 2025, Anno Domini, I, Charlie HOUODUT, plaintiff at the US Supreme Court, in the case against Neurotechnology human subjects testing by the USDoD, who was a person born, a human being, on September 30th, 1982 in India, and transformed into a human cyborg since the year 2012 in America, and who thus may be identified by my American Social Security number 682090694. During my time of residence as a foreign graduate student and visa worker in the United States from 2005 to 2014, to hereby try to make a solemn declaration of my will for the bequeathal of wealth belonging to me or owed to me by due inheritances, rewards, royalties, remunerations, compensations, stated here to the best of my knowledge, for the purpose of distribution of proceeds from all public sales and any unspecified digital commerce pertaining to all my writings, drawings, audio recordings, book readings, music, photos, videos, internet, social media posts, and all other artistic works recorded as digital data into desktop computers, laptops, phones, tablets, and any other electronic devices I might have owned and operated, contents of which have been typed or created under constant 24/7, 365 days of electronic surveillance for over 20 years, or unconstitutionally bootlegged and doxed from me before their completion by USDoD and other US federal agencies, and for which I have appealed to the US Supreme Court as part of the claims for compensations, remunerations, royalties, rewards that I am entitled to, and as dues owed to me from damages and loss to authorial and artistic value of my works. I specify to the best of my knowledge that between 2000 and 2020 AD, accounting for the digital data I have typed without self-publishing amounts to something close to 500,000 words from sundry electronic notes, journal entries, academic reports, fictional pieces, poetry, essays, and email exchanges, and other recorded digital media data amounting to some 1 terabyte together, recorded into devices which have seen the end of their shelf life and therefore not in my possession anymore, but also since 2020 to present, because I have also represented my written works as the author who goes by the nom de guerre, Citizen Zero of India, and nom de plume, Sam Diamo, in order to assert my moral authority over all digital data recorded in the last 5 years into the last 2 of my remaining electronic devices in possessions, and approaching the end of their shelf life as well, the contents of which amounts to over 500,000 or 500,000 words, and digital media storage exceeding 150 gigabytes approximately, self-published by the force of necessity on my personal websites www.voxolympia.com and www.citizenzeroofindia.org, registered till the end of this year and distributed online over the internet through various sundry blogging and social media accounts that I have owned and operated in this time, as at Helios Barkos, at Citizen Zero of India, at Vox Olympia, at HOUODUT, on Twitter, X, Telegram, Instagram, Reddit, Substack, WordPress, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, etc. That these total wealth I'm due to receive for my writings and digital media works as aforesaid are to be distributed solely for educational purposes in the service of India and the still larger cause of humanity in the following manner. 1. For the funding of Teach for India programs and other nationwide non-governmental education programs that have maintained proven operations for 15 years or more in India. 2. For the funding of public schools and rural education programs in other South Asian countries determined through the SARC Consensus, South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation Consensus. 3. For the funding of public schools and universities and supporting students and also journalists in the state of Palestine, across Gaza, West Bank and East Jerusalem, through UN programs as UNRWA, UNICEF, etc. That for the purpose of distribution of compensations set to a maximum of 1 trillion that I've claimed from the US Supreme Court for the damage to my soul under conditions of torture, captivity and slavery, and being forced as a human subject of neurotechnology trials by the USDoD as aforementioned in the statement of my condition of existence, and from the proceeds of any public sales and unspecified digital commerce or any other commerce pertaining to all bioelectronic data and audio-video data I have thus contributed since 2012 AD up to any future time, will henceforth be held in the New Development Bank (NDB) of BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa organization, to be used for purposes of public and private sector business outreach partnerships, lending, sustainable development, security and disaster response from BRICS member nations to other developing nations in the global south, and for projects bolstering regional economies as SAARC SARC, ASEAN ASEAN, African Union, Latin American nations, and West Asian nations, including 25% of this total amount specially allocated as assistance to the state of Palestine and the Palestinian people. That I record the statement as my living will, as of this day aforesaid, to be kept in the public domain, and that I reserve the right to change or update my will as needed in the future should newer information come to light or such a circumstance present itself again to me. This concludes reading of the Statement of Will of Charlie HOUODUT. Thank you. Vande Mataram. Peace.